his future.
Here's Sloan. Now the pass to Kemp. Stevenson outside. 6 to shoot. Arenas dishes to Kemp. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka is still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Kidd against Arenas. Taken away by Kidd.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, will you take it?
And again, using that size well inside. Fantastic with the read of the D there and exploiting the weakness.
Now here's Arenas on deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They have a 9-point lead. And that'll...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Luol Deng really making a difference here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Memphis. Hunt is out there with Chandler. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Tatum and it's Butler in at the 2 guard. The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Steve, when it comes to creating contact, which offensive moves can create the impression of a foul where the defensive player can do nothing about it?
I think ripping through the defender's arms is really tough for the defensive guy right now, Kevin. That's a hard move to defend if you're the defender.
Smitty, I think guys actually practice this, don't they? Ways they can kind of lure a defensive player in like that.
They do. They're strong enough now, and also they are, like you said, practicing that type of move.
Kidd against Antetokounmpo, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Outside Butler, he dishes it to Martin, pulls it from 20, and the jumper is on the mark. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Kidd. Carter outside. 3-pointers off the mark.
Great perimeter D. Gave a good shooter absolutely no room to operate.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. The baseline check. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Giannis has got 4 points.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3-for-3 from the field.
And it's good. 2 points. And the Heat lead by 7.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick or the lay-in.
Mutombo with some nice D.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half. He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
But they'll get another chance. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall.
Rare for him to get a wide-open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Here's Garnett. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. 6 points for Garnett.
You just appreciate how unselfish Kidd is. Outstanding at sharing the ball and playing for his teammates.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
The Heat leading by 7.
And Memphis owing a pick to Boston. Rumor was they hoped it would convey this summer rather than rolling over to the 2020 draft.
Moving up to number 2, not a bad outcome with a potential star in John Morant. They've got another key player for their rebuild.
And some changes here for the Heat. Morning's checked in for Garnett. Jaylen Brown comes in for Porter. And it's Maravich in for Jason Kidd. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Ben Wallace, he's checked in for Chandler. Kemp comes in for Kenyon Martin. Deshaun Stevenson is checked in for Tatum. And Gilbert Arenas subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Stevenson passes to Wallace. Outside, Antetokounmpo gets an open look and hits. And now just a 5-point Miami lead. It's Maravich on the wing, covered by Giannis. Over Antetokounmpo, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Kemp, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Morning. Brown outside. Stolen by Stevenson. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. The quick look, no good that time. The Heat leading by 3. Vince Carter on the wing. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Gilbert Arenas.
Carter just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Miami. Then comes in for Jaylen Brown. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Sloan's checked in.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Grizzlies have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Outside, Maravich. Releases from the reigning trophy. Maravich has got 6. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Pass to Kemp. We've got 28 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And here's Maravich. 6 points for him. Shot clock at 6. Good work defensively by Arenas. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's the Heat up 3. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. The Grizzlies trail by 3. We've got Dang. Maravich is out there with Carter. And it's Ibaka. And it's Morning in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It's the group on the floor for Miami. And the basket by Stevenson.
Rising to the occasion. He found a way to get himself open and get his shot.
Working the mid-range, but you would think the defense would be keying on him.
Outside, Maravich. Clock at 6. Maravich missing again. And it's Sloan with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. They trail by 1. Wallace right side. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. And some changes here for the Heat. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Ibaka. Jason Kidd is subbed in for Maravich. Out Carter. We played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Chandler with the block.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots. And ever since the Big 3 era ended, Miami has sort of defined middle of the pack.
Yeah, for the last 5 seasons, they haven't won more than 48 games or lost fewer than 37. This is what happens when you rarely select in the top 10 of the draft. You become reliant on free agents, and that's a tricky, sometimes heartbreaking approach.
Kidd against Arenas. Kidd kicks to Carter. Here's the three. Good, and the assist to Kidd. Kidd's got 3 assists tonight.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Outside Tatum. Back to Arenas. Fires from 18. Right through the cylinder that time. All net.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the 4th quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Carter, that's good.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunity.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Arenas can't hit.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Dang passes to Kidd. Back to Dang. Looking for Carter. He gets it there. Dang against Tatum. From deep three-point range, and again, Miami with the triple.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
Arenas against Garnett. Here's Tatum. Miami grabs the miss. Garnett's got 4 rebounds in this game. Dang against Tatum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
First free throw is good. You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. It might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
Butler against Carter. It's up a 3. But they recover it. Mourning makes it off the glass. Mourning's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Heat.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
Miami's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Outside Kidd. Carter with a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Heat lead by 15.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Tatum against Dang. And here's Giannis from outside. Miami grabs the miss. And Miami can just let the clock run down here. Garnett outside. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and the